for the Harrison Park Halloween Have Fun 16-inch co-ed tournament first championship game. TTF versus the Pandas. Rematch of the winter bracket championship game that TTF won 11 to 1, I believe. So Pandas just came back. They beat Joker Drizzle in the get-back game to get here. And we are going to be underway here in a couple of minutes. Some of the cloud cover is dissipated, and as a result, it's actually gotten even chillier, because whatever warm air we had is dissipated. So this is the championship game. If TTF wins, they will be the champs. If the Pandas win, they'll have to go to an if game. And it's been a little chilly out here, but it's been a lot of fun. And the Pandas looked much better in the get-back game. They ended up winning by 3 or 4 runs over Joker Drizzle, and seemed to get their offense kind of back in gear a little bit. Now TTF, after they had a sit-a game before the championship game, did start off a little bit slow. And again, they didn't take any BP. Pandas warmed up and ready to go. So let's see how this first couple innings go and whether TTF can match the intensity and the speed right off the bat. So here's KC leading off. And he slaps it the other way, foul. And this is one of the adjustments they made after the first TTF game. They turned around and they elevated KC to the top of the lineup. He was hitting much lower in that first game. Seemed to give him a little bit of a spark up there. And now he flies the other way, and Jaime right there makes the catch. And they'll bring up Jason. And there was a little bit of a controversy in that get-back game. Ground ball, Stevie Reyes, right on the money. So a little bit of a controversy as to whether or not, thanks for catching it. Love our fans. Thank you, Leo. I thought I had that right. But I did change the scoreboard, but sometimes it doesn't pick up. And there's a ground ball. Reyes, a little slip. And now the ball gets away. Rudy wasn't even running. And they called her out. And we'll take a look at that on the replay. The ball kind of got away. Rudy wasn't running. And then you can see she tried to get back, and you can be the judge. So, strange play to end the inning. Pandas thought Rudy did get there. But that should be a lesson, kids. Always run it out. Yeah, I had changed the scoreboard, Leo, but sometimes it doesn't translate, so I got to shut it off and put it back on. But we got everything set up correctly now. So, strange play to end the first, and we go to the bottom of the second. That's why I love our fans. You can't BS our fans here on the SSA broadcast. So very familiar lineup with TTF. Jaime, Chip, and Angela, first 3 scheduled hitters. And TTF looks like a very relaxed group right now. And again, they're a pretty good co-ed team, whether it's 16-inch or 14 mush. And 14-inch mush. Some of the teams like HQ, Fat Kids, not here today. And there's a swing, and Jaime keeps his hot hitting going as he just punched it up the middle, leadoff hit. Here's Brian Korenkowski. We're in this weird time of the day. Lights haven't really taken hold here. It looks a lot brighter on the camera than it is in person. And with the way the sun is set, and Brian Korenkowski throws a hit out there, Jaime will get all the way to third, and TTF has come out of the gate here and put their first two runners on. Brings up Angela. And I'm sure TTF would love to just end this thing with only one game. And Angela, little grounder, and KC on the hill. Little bit of a brain cramp there this early in the game. Don't worry about that run. It could have been an easy spin there, but he looked at third.
Shake it off, let's go.
Brian was flying to second, and they end up getting nothing. First three hitters on, and brings up Alex Chavez. Again, as a pitcher there, I know you don't want to give up runs, but TTF has been scoring in double digits today. If you got a chance to get a double play, you just got to spin it and assume you got to score more than one anyway. And Chavez dumps a hit toward the alley. One run is in, two runs are in. Angela flying to third. Big turn, now she falls. And she's going to be out at third. So Angela, a very aggressive base runner, took the big turn. Turf is a little slick, as this turf has been around a long time, and when she went to slam the brakes on, she fell down. It'll bring up Sid. Chavez did go to second. And Sid a little roller, and Jason makes the play, and I don't know what's going on, but he's had a very odd throwing motion all day. He's got a weird hitch there. Kind of like puts the arm up like he's going to throw it, but doesn't throw it right away. So 2 outs now, brings up Mark. And Mark hits a towering fly ball to the gap, and it drops. Run scores. Mark's going to cruise into third with a 2-out triple. Again, the left fielder couldn't get to it. Fino, who is playing right fielder early or in the game, is in center. Now Fino has played center. Brings up Hannah. 3 quick runs here for TTF, and she hits it. Nice play by the short center, and they nip her at first. So we're going to head now to the top of the second, 3-0. TTF. And I have been very impressed today with the female players on the Pandas. Rudy, Sam, and Steph have played very well for the Pandas today. As we head to the second, and TTF an early lead chasing the title. So it's going to be Tino, Sam, and Bubba coming up. Again, Pandas had a couple of people leave, and Bubba's been swinging a good bat. In the first game we did with them and TTF, he was hitting 10th. They've moved him up to the 6th hole. And there's a chopper. Reyes comes in, makes the play. Zasella makes the play. Well, I haven't seen Paulie Wukish in a while. Of course, Paul, one of our banner sponsors. Here comes Sam. And I got a little bit of a light behind home plate across the street, so it's making it tough on me to see the hitters. And there's a little roller. Stevie Reyes makes the play. And Stevie is a lot like Jeremy Jerger in that they're both undersized kids with good hands and good arms, and Stevie does a nice job defensively. When I had him on Mudville, we were playing the Young Guns in North-South. Here comes Bubba. I'm going to move off this line because of that glare. Over to Brian.
Hey, that's out. Nice slide.
And he's out. And you know Gio's thoughts on sliding or diving into first. I don't like it. You lose speed when you do it. And Bubba lefty was flying, but so we head to the bottom of the second. And Stevie Reyes getting back to him. Crucial part of a ball game is back and forth. And one of the Young Guns' big hitter hit a rocket up the middle. Stevie was at second. Basically snagged it with his back toward home plate. The ball was already kind of past him. And long throw, no chance, as Eric is on, leading off. And he made a backhand flip to second, started a double play, got us out of a jam. We went on to win that game. So pitcher Eric is on. It brings up the aforementioned Stevie Reyes. And Stevie hammers a base hit into left field. So those of you that think the Malouk is alive, maybe not toward my former players. And that's going to bring up Acela with the top of the lineup looming. First two hitters on, so TTF in the first, and so far early here in the second, has come out with a little fire. And Acela pops up, and that's going to be foul. That'll go as a strikeout. And here comes the top of the lineup with Heine. And after the drubbing that they put on the Pandas in that Winter Bracket Championship, you know TTF would like to jump up 5 or 6 here and just break their spirit early. And there's a little chopper, and they'll get the fielder's choice at third. So Pandas here, a chance to get out of this inning with nothing, but Brian Koronkowski might have something to say about that. And he tried to go big, and that ball is going to be out of play. So Brian, trying to jack one there, popped up. And they are playing Brian pretty deep. Big gap in left center field. Takes that pitch high and deep. And now he just tries to slap it, and that is the second time we've seen Jaime do that. If he just would have slid into the bag, he had beaten the short center to second, but instead of stopping, he tried to turn, and he ends up being an easy out. So that's a little bit of bad base running there by Jaime. And we'll head to the top of the third, still 3-0 TTF. And you know, when you run a team, you hate to see it. And Jaime did that earlier in the tournament. And I don't know if he's anticipating the short center maybe trying to make a throw. But with Brian Koronkowski running down the line, there is no throw there. Once you take 2 steps toward second like that, you're never going to get him at first. And so as a result, they run themselves out of the inning there. So here's Steph, little roller to Reyes, who's been having a busy first 2 1/3 innings. He makes another play. And that's going to bring up Fino. And in that get-back game, Fino launched one over the chain link fence for a home run. And that ball off the point of the plate. Again, you don't want to walk him, although there is a male player on deck, so a walk doesn't hurt you, but you don't want to put any base runners on when you're up 3. Had a talk with Fino after they lost. I thought he was trying to force that ball to right field because of the short fence, and I told him he's got to relax a little bit. If you're not going to get the pitch to do that with his strength, the opposite field, to just go with it. So Eric almost was going to walk Chavez, but he fights back.
Go back, go back, go back!
And they called him out.
Go back!
So we'll take a look and see if we got it on the replay. It was an awkward play because Hannah was kind of doing a toe tap there, so you can be the judge on whether or not she got that foot back.
Check your phone, bro. I gotta hit a better ball.
So fans are barking a little bit. And there's a little softball hit to Reyes. Plenty of time. Throws Megan out to end the inning.
Five, 5-0, 6-0.
3-0. 3. TTF, they thought they were up 5-0. It's 3-0. After they got the first 2 guys on. And Bubba, upset, felt that Hannah did not get that foot on the bag. And Bubba very close to getting thrown out of the game. TTF coming to bat right now will be Angela, Alex Chavez, and Sid. She did go back and touch the bag. The only question was whether the runner got there first. And it was very close. Here's Angela. Angela, one hop rocket left fielder wound up like he was maybe going to throw. I think there's almost kind of an unwritten rule, and I hate the unwritten rules. Here's Alex. And Alex goes hard to the gap. No one's going to get it. Now it bounces over to left fielder, and it does climb over. Ground rule double. That's going to save a run temporarily. So first two hitters reach. So there's getting back to brings up Sid, brings up the unwritten rule. A lot of times in co-ed they say, oh, you shouldn't hit the ball at a girl, but I'm a big believer if the girl's in the field, you can't worry about that. And there's a little flare, and that's going to drop. Another run's going to score. Chavez will stop at third, so Sid throws a hit out. But the other unwritten rule is that if a girl gets a hit to the outfield, it's almost unspoken that you don't try to throw them out at first. And so as a result of that, you see more arguments about that than and there's safe, another run will score. Jason spiked the throw, 5-0 TTF. They do get the fielder's choice. Like I said, if a girl's playing short or second or third and you hit a ball hard at her, that's understood that it's okay. But to throwing them out from the outfield, and there's a little roller, and KC takes care of it for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Eric, the pitcher. So 5-0 TTF. They've been rolling all day. And it's always interesting because when a team in a tournament gets hot, and there's an overhand cut and the left fielder, nice play to end the inning, gets on a roll like that, and they end up getting to the championship clean. A lot of times, the team they play, especially after they got beat up a little bit in the winter bracket game, they really tend to lack the faith or the confidence to really stick their nose in it. Thank you, Amalia. I knew it was a museum of some sort. And somebody had actually told me that back in the day, but being 63 and having a senior moment, I couldn't think of that. And FYI, Amalia, it's G-O, not Gino. I'm Greek, not Italian. So here we go. Bottom of the third inning. I should say top of the fourth. Let me change that. And there's a sky-high fly ball. Chavez makes the play for out number one. So that was Zach who led off with the fly out. Brings up KC. KC slaps it to Reyes. And Stevie charging on the lefty, threw it low. Casella could not scoop. And KC finds his way on with one out. Brings up Jason. trailing by 5. Pandas need to get moving here as we're approaching the halfway point of the ball game. And Jason on the ground, and
Still out.
Brian Koronkowski, despite the bobble, Jason
You gotta
says,
play in the infield, dude. I play in the right field.
he's playing all fields, Jason.
Out, right.
And Jason frustrated because he's playing. Brian's been all over the. Look where he's playing now. I mean, he's been something else. And of course, he too played on Mudville. So Rudy draws the walk. First and second now, 2 outs. And it brings up Tino. So big spot here in the ball game. Panda's just trying to crack the seal and get on track to maybe get some confidence. And Eric's done a good job. He's pitched real well in there. He swings up completely through it. And they're all looking at the bat now, like it's the bat's fault. And there's a hard ball hit to Hannah, and she makes the play. So Hannah got the big hop, made the play. Another threat averted halfway through. TTF by 5. So let's pay some bills. See the Sweet Buzz logo. They sell infused products. If you're an adult and you use them, check them out. Nick Drabel, co-owner, also big SSA supporter. Please use them responsibly. Tito's handcrafted vodka, America's first handcrafted vodka. Please drink responsibly. Also, Let Us Entertain You restaurants in Rich Melman. If you're going to take your better half out for dinner, please consider Let Us Entertain You in their fine restaurants. Ray Zarnick and the Zarnick family. Ziegler, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep. Up in Schaumburg for underwriting the SSA Class A, Tom Egg Zarnick. No Glove National Championship Tournament. Scotty and Ray up there. If you need a car, give them a call. Ziegler is a big outfit. They can get you about anything you want. Iron Horse Security, Petey Rains, if you need investigative services or security services, give him a call. So Stevie Reyes leads off with a walk. And that means Acela will automatically get the walk. And it brings up the top of the lineup and Jaime with that guy Brian Koronkowski on deck. KC Chavez falling behind here. Home plate jumping around a little bit. And Jaime flares that out of play. So on a full count, he fouls out. So good job by KC. Looked like he came in a little bit heavy there, but on a 3-2 count, Jaime was kind of forced to have to try to put that in play, kind of tied himself up. Here's Brian Koronkowski. And Brian goes hard toward left center. Fino circled back, makes the catch. And Stevie Reyes, Fino can throw. Stevie was running but looking over his shoulder, and good thing he did. He'd have been meat at third. Brings up Angela. So after getting the first two runners on, TTF has not moved them. And now it's up to Angela to try to salvage something. And she hits it hard and past the short center, and big collision at third. I didn't see what happened. Let's see if we got it on the replay. Yeah, you could see it just over the shoulder there of Sam, the first baseman, but I think the umpires are talking because the runner, Stevie Reyes, was making the turn to come home. And if they felt that the third baseman obstructed that runner, they could have given him home. Now, normally they want to see you get up and try to go home. And that's what Richie Rico is talking with Mike Lewis, saying, why isn't my base runner being given home? And if they say he didn't attempt to go home, the answer is, how can he attempt to go home when he's laying on his back after the collision when he made the turn to go? But it's going to be loaded up for Chavez. So a strange play there, and I don't think there's any doubt that there was obstruction there. And Pandas get a break, and that's a little lazy foul ball, but way out of play. So big hitter here. They are playing deep. Any kind of base hit to the outfield, unless it's a one-hop rocket, is probably going to score two. And Angela, an aggressive base runner, will be running. And Stevie Reyes, who's not a big guy physically, took the worst of that collision. And Chavez delivers. One run is in. Angela is cruising. They're going to hold her. Chavez yelling sender. But Chavez comes through to make it 7-0. And it brings Sid to the plate. And I apologize. I think Amalia asked me what is Sid short for. And I should have probably asked Richie Rico, but I forgot. But we're going to head to the fifth. 7-0 TTF. So there were a lot of people in the park before this first championship game started. I think the Cubs being on at 7 may have thinned the crowd out, along with the fact that it was a chilly day here. So leading off, it's going to be Sam, and then Bubba and Steph. And there's a little ground ball over to Hannah. She throws a little high. Ball got tangled up in Sammy's feet. Chavez, trying to be a wise guy, just kind of letting the ball roll, hoping Sam might try to take a base, but brings up Bubba. So, leadoff hitter on. 1-0 And Bubba smokes it toward the alley. Gets past Angela, bouncing around. One run is in. Bubba heading to third. And they're going to send him. And Stevie Reyes kind of pumped there and hesitated. Bubba, 2-run line drive, home run up the alley.
Hey, check it out. Let's go.
And you can see there, well, Stevie wasn't in the picture, but I think he hesitated because he didn't know if he wanted to throw home there. And there's a little pop-up, and that's going to be out of play. So Pandas break the seal. They cut the lead to 5. Still nobody out. And there's a ground ball over to Brian Koronkowski, and he makes the play for out number 1. And that will bring up Fino. And Bubba really crushed that. And I think had Stevie Reyes caught the ball, turned and thrown without looking and hesitating, they would have had Bubba probably by a few feet at the plate. And Fino chops it on the ground, and coming in is Brian Koronkowski. And they're all laughing because he's basically been so deep over there. He's so deep over there. And even left-handed hitters are getting thrown out by 3 or 4 steps. And these guys are all kind of just shaking their head at the fact that he's making plays out there. So KC Chavez, the pitcher, grounds out to end the inning, and we'll head to the bottom of the. Oops, I got the wrong inning up there. I think it's the 5th. Mike, you got the 5th inning?
Yeah.
5th inning, okay. So that was a mistake when I put the inning in. Bottom of the 5th, not the 7th, folks. 7-2. Typing error, Amalia.
Hey, Fino, you playing right. Hey, Fino, you playing?
No, he didn't want to play no more. Yeah.
Bottom 5, 8-2.
8-2? Oh, he's saying it's 8-2. All right, we'll put the 8 up there, but we'll check that. So here's Mark. It's a high fly ball. And oh, the right fielder, a little bobble there, but he held on. And that's going to bring up Hannah with Eric on deck. I thought it was 7-2. And Hannah, a little chopper back to KC from his knee, throws her out. 2 up, 2 down. It brings up Eric. And it's always interesting because as we get later in the day, steady Joker Drizzle, Marlo runs that team, was running over. Manny Sanchez was selling some old. And there's a little ground ball, long bounce, and the pitcher is the third out there. So Manny Sanchez was selling shirts as we head to the top of the 6th for $5. Some of the old Turkey Bowl gear. And Marla's got some younger players that didn't bring sleeves with them. She was buying $5 long sleeve shirts for them. So top of the sixth, snappy game, cruising right along. Should be Megan, Zach in the top. And it has cooled down. I had cargo shorts on when I got out here this morning. Had the foresight to throw a pair of Levi's in the car and put them on, feeling much better than I did before. So here's Megan, little roller to third. Wide throw, had all kinds of time. And I tell you, when I played, I was not good at lobbing the ball. And I was playing short center, so I got into the habit of just, whether I had time or not time, of throwing the ball over there with a little pace on it because I was accurate when I did it. And Zach swings and hits a fly ball, and Brian Koronkowski in right field makes the catch.
Must be an infielder, Chippy.
And some other popcorn's telling Chippy, can you let your outfield play a little bit? And kid's been everywhere today. So, and that time he does get the hit, and they actually tried to throw a guy out at first. So first and third, KC gets a hit.
Let me get a courtesy. No, Zach. Hey, I'm hurting for my bad, bro.
So they'll grab a courtesy. Runners on the corner here. And there's a ground ball there, and he thought about going there, but again, courtesy runner came in. They pick up the third run. They do get the out. And Zach was moving pretty good. The ball wasn't hit hard. And Rudy hits a pop-up, and Reyes makes that play for out number 2. Or excuse me, out number 3. So Rudy pops up to end the inning. Sorry, folks, getting a little punchy. We had bottom 6. And we'll check the score here. Mike, 8-2? 8-3, my bad. Yeah, I had the 3. Okay, I don't know where I missed that 8th run, but they did get it. So, bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Stevie Reyes, Acela, and Jaime coming up here. And I would think 1 or 2 runs here could be the dagger. And there's a little flare the other way, and that's how to play.
Take your time, you're good.
Sam ran all the way around the fence, and if Van had gone over there, would have flipped it in. So 2 strikes on Reyes here as we reset. And he goes to left field, and the left fielder got there, went through his hands. Stevie Reyes is going to cruise into third, just ahead of the throw. Leadoff triple. And here comes Acela. And Acela line drive though, but right at the shortstop. Reyes wasn't going anywhere. And that's good base running. When you're at third, kids, you cannot get doubled off on a line drive. You don't have to go anywhere if you're not being forced. And so your job is on any line drive is to see it go through. Hard, one hopper, high throw, and Jaime will end up on second. 9th run scores, and that's an example. Shortstop was not playing in. He looked at the runner and then ended up rushing the throw. And here's Brian Korenkowski. And he slaps it off the screen. And they'll throw it back in. So 9-3 ball game here. Runner on second with 1 out. And a little 2-for-1 action here. TTF threatening. And Brian Korenkowski will foul out. So you got to have nerves of steel to try to push the right field line with 2 strikes and let that ball get a little deep on him and a little too close to the ground. And here's Angela, short hop to the shortstop and a little flip, and they get her at first. So they don't get to double digits, and so far we'll head to the 7th, but they are in control here at 9-3. Do or die 7th. So the Pandas need 6 to continue the game. 7 walks off TTF and forces an if game. Anything less, and TTF will be the winner of the Harrison Park Halloween Have Fun 16-inch co-ed tournament. So it's going to be Tino, Sam, and Bubba. Last hope here. TTF just had that look all day. We talk about it sometimes in tournaments. Teams just have that look. Not quite sure what that swing was. And I mean, that's a good example. Whatever he's trying to do that, if that was a fair ball, he was hitting it not hard and right at the first baseman. That usually isn't going to get you on base. And now he just hammers a ball past Hannah, leadoff man on. And Brian Korenkowski comes flying in from his right field area to actually take the throw in. So here comes Sam. If you're TTF, you're just looking to take outs off the board. And there's strike 1. And Sam, a little chopper, Reyes will take the out at first. And the Pandas down to their last 2 outs, and here's Bubba. Again, TTF here just looking for outs. You might have saw Eric there kind of thought about maybe going to second, but then decided just to take the out. And Bubba, a little chopper snagged by Eric. And that was a good job there. You saw Eric kind of double pump. He was gonna fire it right away, and then he realized Acela wasn't there yet. And that's why he kind of pumped. So that'll bring up Steph. Last hope to keep the game alive. And there's a little pop-up, and that's going to do it. TTF goes clean. They win the tournament. Brian Korenkowski hugging one of his best friends. And TTF rolled through undefeated to win the event. No if game, no free softball today. And we'll get the game ball for TTF. Pandas, can we get a picture? Sammy, can we get a panda? Can we get a picture, you guys? Can we get a picture? So we'll take pictures here. So the Pandas, good job to get here. They were in the winter bracket, but TTF had their number today. And Manny's going to give the bracket. Manny, you're going to take the pictures of both teams?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay, then just text them to me, right? So Manny will get me the pictures. And Carlos Castleberry looking fresh as a daisy. Look, you look like a daisy that's been run over by a semi. So they get the picture of the Pandas, and now they're going to get the trophy. Rich, who's your unofficial MVP? Eric? Eric pitched great, of course, Eric. I don't know why you didn't get the Gold Glove Award. So now they're going to take the picture. The unofficial MVP was the pitcher, Eric, who was magnificent. Did not give up runs. And more importantly, you can always tell when they don't. And those are fireworks, folks. I know Chicago gets a bad rap, but somebody holding on to one of those boom things, and you can see Manny had the nice, let me see that banner there. You can see it, very nice. And Harrison Park, so Manny's got all his logos. So they're going to take the picture, and we'll get them up online. They also got the bracket board there that they're going to give to TTF, and very happy TTF group. They were fantastic all day. And so they did a nice job. They hand them the trophy.
Interview our MVP.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'll give you cash. Yeah, I'll give you cash.
Eric, so you're pitched great all day today, and team played well. How's it feel? You're the unofficial MVP.
Feels great. It feels great to play with friends. You know, Chip haven't played in a while, but they brought me back out to play. So it feels good to win it with these guys.
Well, you did a great job, of course, you and Chip with the DDLR, and you guys are involved in the community and doing great things, man.
Yeah, it is. You know, we have to support other tournaments as well. You know, do it for charity. So that's what it's all about: playing the game for charity. So.
There you go. Very humble, and you can see TTF, a very happy group as they win the tournament championship. They're giving Richie Arico the banner. And Eric, come over here by home plate. Let me get a picture. So we'll take a picture. I don't know if Manny did or not, but we'll zoom in here on the youngster. So bear with me, guys. So we'll get that up along with the two team pictures. And I don't know where Manny went. I was going to have him say a few words. We're going to be back out here on Thanksgiving Day for the Turkey Bowl. So I'd be happy on Thanksgiving if it was this warm, but I doubt it. So, well, Manny's packing up, so we won't be able to talk to Manny, but we hope you enjoyed the coverage live from Harrison Park on the west side of the city of Chicago. Have a good night. Be safe, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.